Welcome everyone. Well, it is that time again. It is Tuna Classic time. Time to get these old fly classics out, clean them up, and get them to run the way I like them to run out here on the lumber. But first, we're going to do a little cleanup. Some of these cars have been in storage and, well, not very well protected to say the least. So we're going to work on cleaning up the outside. We're going to talk about taking it apart, putting it back together again, and then we'll get to the mechanical side. So let's get going. Alright folks, well this is going to take a little bit, so bear with me, but it's something important you need to know about if you're going to start tuning these fly classics. In the assembly process, they have what's called a post-melt system. They don't use adhesive, right? They'll have a hot metal rod, and it will press against here like that, and we'll show you some close-ups there. And it just melts the plastic together, and it works. It works, but as you can see here, around here, it mushrooms, and it can sometimes lead to some excess. And why is that a problem? Well, the problem is that a lot of times it will rub the tire up front. If I've heard it once, I've heard it 1,000 times. Somebody's on the track and they're like, what is wrong with this car? And you pick it up, and at first you roll the tire and you don't feel anything. You're pushing it away, but then when it comes back down, it rubs, and then you can start seeing it on the tire, and that's the problem. So you're going to want to address that. Well, how do you do that? Well, basically, since I'm also cleaning this car, we're going to take this assembly apart. And first thing I do is I use an X-Acto blade right here. It's a very weak amount of melt right there you can get through, and right there, and you can pop that loose. Alright, then you can just get a flat tip, right, and just pop this out. Okay, so now you've removed this. So part two here is you can see again where the post melt is, and how I remove it is with a Dremel, just the 190 3/32 bit, the milling, and it works a charm. You just take your time, just on the lowest setting that you can have. Alright, and you're just going to go away and remove this plastic, right, just until it frees it up, just like that. Okay. And you're going to go around just like that. There. You can tell when you've went all the way through. Okay? Pretty easy. Now you used to be able to pop that out with your fingers. We'll show you that next. Alright, you've done that to both sides. Now you can go here. You can use a flat tip and just give it a little bit. Oh, just like that. And it pops out. Now, I want to show you that on each side here, there we go, it's out, that you still have a post. And that's a good thing, because when we go to put this car back together, it gives something for the adhesive, for the lenses whenever you put it back, to make sure you have them aligned, and something for the adhesive to bite to. So anyway, your Dremel is your friend. This little milling bit, this 3/32 at low speed, works a charm. Once you've popped that out, the roll bar assembly, it's already loose, is going to come out, and the glass is just pressure fit. So just a little bit, just like that, and out it comes. The roll bar detail probably pop right loose because there's not much holding it in place. And then you have your engine fan detail right here, right? So this is normally not glued in place, it's slid in place, except right here there might be some very light post melts, but not very much. Most times you can just press on it and it'll break free, so it's going to slide forward like that. There. Alright, we are good to go. Here's our final, we have our final lens over here. we'll pop that out right there. And as far as this car is concerned, I just leave this back part here. But we are ready to finally clean it. So here's our soap. We've just got the little tub right here with some Dawn, like I showed, and bubble bubble. There we go. And like I said, just using that soft bristle brush. That's just my preferred way to clean it. So you can just get in here and start scrubbing away. But I usually just let it sit in here. Again, this is just lukewarm water, a little bit of dish soap, Dawn, whatever brand you want to use, and I'll just let that soak for a few minutes. We'll get it clean. It'll certainly look a lot better than it does now. Just in case I didn't mention it, you can also put your small parts here in the soap, and this is where that brush comes in handy, and it can just get in there, get all this cleaned up. And the glass, those lenses that were so dirty, see, they were just kind of yellow, and we're going to get those cleaned up as well. So when you drop the body in there, drop those in as well. So you have this out, and you want to get rid of this excess plastic. My favorite tool here is just a good old emery board. Okay, it'll take that down really good. You can contour around. You don't have to go too far. You just got to get that excess plastic. You want to make that as flush and smooth as possible. Now, what happens if you sand too far and you break it loose? Well, you just put it back together again. Again, UV glue. Give it a zap. You'll be good to go. Just make sure you get as much of this around there, that excess plastic, this mushroom around there. Just get it as clean and flush as possible, and you'll solve that rubbing. There, I've just filed that down, and just almost all the plastic is gone. The headlights are still holding in place, and then you have the lower headlight there. So something you might want to do, just again, it's just something that I learned the hard way, is you want to try to add a little bit of adhesive right here, okay, because these can vibrate and come loose, and you just don't want that. So again, you can just take some of your glue. I just like to put it on a board like that, and then you can just use your toothpick and just gives you a little bit more precision, and drop it in there just like that. You don't need a lot. And then while you're at it, like I said, just a little glaze is all you need, and give that a zap, and we are good to go. Now we'll do the other side. So it's going to vary from car to car. You have your Porsches here, you have a Ferrari here. You can see these are just single bucket instead of the dual, like we just showed. And you have to be careful. Again, you can see right there, just right there, that post melt goes right into the body. They don't give you a whole lot of room to work with. That's why this little bit right here that we just showed, the smaller one the better, right? You have to be careful. Take your time, and you're just sanding enough away here to release it. You don't want to go too far and go into the body. So just have to be careful there. We'll go down here and we'll get this one right there. This is a little easier, it's not near the body. There we go. Just about ready for release. And this one as well. Oh, look at that, broke free. So, for those that want to know if we do it live, there you go. See? That came loose. There's the lens. You can see it's dirty and yellow because, again, it's just been stored in not the ideal conditions. Look how dirty and dusty it is. So you want to be able to get in here, take this apart, and clean all of this and bring it back to new penny new, right? So there we go, outside here. Pretty hot day out, but not bad. Look at that, just a little bit. It's sat here about 15 minutes, and the water's kind of warm from the sun. But look at there. There we go. That's looking pretty good. It's already looking a lot better. And let's see if I can get in here and find, there's our interior. Oh, look. That's a lot better too, huh? Nice and clean. See if I can, there we go. Just rubbing it around there. There's that glass. It's got all that old dirt, dust, smoke, all that stuff that's been on it for over a decade. There. Yeah. Looking good. Alright, we'll get this out of here, and we'll give it a nice rinse in some cold water. Make sure we get all the soap film off. Yeah. Looking pretty good. And there we go. Yeah, just a little shop towel drying action. And yeah. Man. Is there anything prettier? I don't know. So before you put it back together, some folks have asked about clear coats, because on some of these fly cars, they could stand a little shine. Well, I can tell you that you don't want to use any spray bomb as far as I'm concerned, because from car to car it varies. You can shoot it with enamel and it'll wrinkle up, it'll attack the tampo that's here, sometimes it won't. The safe way is always to use the acrylic, like Floor Shine. We used to use Future, but they don't have that anymore. But this here, you can find it in any Marts, Dollar General. The Quick Shine is really, really close to Future. And I just use a little bit. This is just one coat on this car. And I just, right here, with a Q-tip, dip it in, just spread it over there. And that's just one coat. And it really brings out a nice shine to the car. Seals it up nice. Looks pretty good to me. That plus a little bit of little turtle wax, a little polish, and it'll be good enough for our track. Anyway, give this stuff a try. It's really safe. It's not going to harm anything. No odor. It's only like $4 or $5, so a lot cheaper than what they're asking for Future now on eBay. Anyway, hope that helps. Now to reassemble, I can tell you that UV glue, this is also your friend. Okay, this liquid plastic doesn't haze, doesn't cloud the glass, doesn't harm it at all like any super glues or other adhesives will, and you just have to be careful with it. So you've got your lenses installed and they're on that post, right? And then you can go here and you can just put lightly, rub that around in there just like that, and let it flow in there. It's flowable, so before you hit it with the light, just let it flow around in there. Okay, there you go, good to go. Take our light, give it a zap. Okay, and I assure you it's in there. And again, this is adhesive that is just great for this application with glass, because it won't hurt anything, and it is strong once you put it together. Any brand you want to use, Bondic, any of the Amazon brands, I've used them all. They all pretty much work the same. You just have different viscosities. You have some that are really runny. You have some that are super thick. Just use it accordingly. Here we are at final assembly. We have our headlights in. I put the glass in, our fan in, and the rear structure here, tail lights, just presses on, and I've added UV glue everywhere. And again, I'm just putting a little bit on a toothpick and just a light seal around here. Like I said, it won't haze, craze, fog that glass. Put it there, a little bit here on the wiper, and I'll also put just small little drops right here. Okay, this very delicate structure here with a little post melt, so it can't hurt. Plus a little bit right here. Then a drop here, here, and here, and it's secure. Now we're just ready to pop in the interior and give it a coat as well. And that's it. Just put a little drop here, 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 and here. Just coated all 4 of those posts. That's it. We're good to go. Not bad, huh? Doesn't take very long. It's a nice afternoon of fun working on these cars. They're just great old cars. It's nostalgia for a lot of us that have been in the hobby for a long time, and just how important fly cars really were to our hobby back then. All the veterans, they'll tell you. But if you're a newcomer and you see these out there, pick them up. They're worth it. Yep, they're going to need some work, but I think that's just what made them so endearing to us, is the work we had to put into to just keep them going and make them better and better and faster, and just so many hours and so many great memories with these cars. Anyway, I hope this little bit helps you. Looks like I've got a few other cars to get done. Oh boy, there's another one. Anyway, as always, I look forward to your comments. We'll see you guys online. Okay, one more thing. I want to talk about polish. Everybody has their own personal preference, so use what you like to use. I don't like to use any of the paste wax or anything that has any abrasive in it. I like these spray waxes. Turtle wax, it's affordable enough. The ceramic, non-ceramic, but just a little bit on a shop towel is all you need. Just a little bit like that. And then, just going over lightly, buffing it out, just giving it a nice coat all the way around. And by the way, this is the one that has the acrylic, the coating on it, and it just helps bring out the shine. That's all I'm trying to do. That's it. It's not trying to clean it like some of the other polishes. I know a lot of people get hung up on the Novus stuff and everything, and I have some, and to be quite honest, I can't tell the difference between this car, once you buff them and shine them up, clean is clean, shiny is shiny to me. So, looks pretty good. This car here, I haven't put any of the coating on it. That's okay. And again, just a little bit. Haven't even added to it. And just rubbing it in, and good to go. So just on a paper towel, anything, just some of that spray liquid wax gives it a good shine, and it's safe. Okay, now I'll let you guys go. You have a great day. We'll holler at you later.